Welcome to the In Between the Panels, our every other Thursday pod where we talk about everything going on in the world of comics and comic associated things. I am your host. You guys know me. You guys can follow me over on twitch.tv/HevGamer. What other intro do you need, right? I am joined by two of the best comic book experts in the area.
Hey. What's up, man?
Let's go.
Nice to see you guys, man.
It's nice to see you too. We have Tommy in the corner, or the Cosmic Kid.
Cosmic Kid, baby.
Cosmic Kid. Cosmic Kid.
Little nickname, right?
Thank you, man.
Tommy is an expert on all things original comic books, talking back as far as the Infinite Crisis storyline, the original Daredevil, the original run of the Avengers, the original run of everything from Batman to, I would probably say, Justice League, right? Justice League, probably say one. Yep, and most things DC. It catches up on a little bit of the modern stuff as well. Tommy, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Nice to see you guys again, man. It's been a while.
You're like the five-time DC champion. Cosmic.
Thank you.
I love it.
Oh my god. And to my left, we have a returning guest for us as well, the Marvel fanboy himself. He is experted on most things modern Marvel and all things classical Marvel, diving into a comic book series not limited to Daredevil, Born Again, Daredevil and Batman, Spider-Man, Web of, Amazing, Spectacular,
All the Spider-Mans.
all the Spider-Mans, let's be very real.
Sounds like a lot.
Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man title known on Earth.
With Spider-Man. Guess
The X-Men included. Everything
Marvel.
Spider-Man. You can ask Pedro about it. He's our little expert in there. Pedro, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Just want to give a shout out to Marvel. You know, anything book that has the word Marvel on it, you know I've damn well read it.
Love you, Kevin Feige.
There we go.
By the way, it was really nice hearing that story last time when we were talking about your meeting with Joe Quesada.
That was nice. The little clip was nice, too, man.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I went too long on it, but dude, it's like it came back to me and I had to like just give it details. And
I mean, I'm sure. I'm totally sure.
Never too long. Pause.
Pause.
That's what she says. Never too long.
Another pause. There you go.
Oh my god. All right, gentlemen. So we have quite a lot to talk about, but just before we get into it, guys, make sure you follow the pod. We have a bunch of our own social medias. You can follow us over on TikTok.com/Comic Convo Express or on our live show, Twitch.tv/Comic Convo Express. Make sure you're subbed over on the YouTube.com/Comic Convo Express. If you want more free content to come out on YouTube, such as this pod and the edited version of our show, make sure you check out our Patreon. Our Patreon starts at $4 a month. That is $3.99 a month. You guys get extra content, behind the scenes looks, and some wacky shit we do.
It's whack.
It's just whack.
Just to let you know that.
Just to let you know, I think last July for 4th of July, we put a video of Pedro grilling hot dogs.
Oh,
Kind of funny. Not gay at all.
Totally pause. Totally pause.
Teabag the dogs.
And he's bagging the dogs.
Sometimes when you Call of Duty, you gotta kill a dog and teabag them. Sometimes.
It was a hot day.
It was I'm sure having big hot dogs.
Oh my god. You also can join in with the show. That's right. Comic Convo Express has a new TTS. That's text to speech option. You can get involved over on streamlabs.com/Comic Convo Express. The TTS starts at $30 donations. Any question you guys have, we'll stop the show immediately. It will read us the question. We will answer it right then and there. If you still want a question to be asked, but don't mind waiting for when we're literally in between the panels, it's $10 and up to start. All right, and with that being said, let's get into the show. So first, big news, guys. We're going to react to the Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. Are you guys ready?
Ooh, this could be good.
Oh, I've zoomed in on myself by accident. Here we go. And YouTube wants to give us issues.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
They left Katy Perry behind.
Should have left Katy Perry behind.
Yeah.
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
So clearly this is alternate universe, right? Just has to be.
How's
that sauce looking?
If I went through timeline, I would say this is like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is just me. I'm hoping when the movie drops, they show they get the powers and all. They make it more modern. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how it all started, and then later on later on they show like a newer version, like up to date.
I would
Somewhat,
like
you know what I'm
that
saying,
too.
right?
Hold up, guys. Hold up. Let's get through the thing first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do this. Nothing's going to change.
After hours.
Chicken hot.
It's after hours. Oh, cosmic.
Galactus. Oh, the Silver Surfer.
Yes, we are.
She got tatas. Oh, yeah.
So far, not a fan.
Norman. I mean,
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
no.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I would imagine not.
It's Mando Norman. Mando.
I'm not giving up.
Smartest man in the world, baby.
We will face this together.
Ooh, a fantastic car.
We will fight it together. As a family.
We'll change all the genders together. You repeat that?
It has to be us.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, say flame on.
Oh, look at the thing.
Clobbering time, baby.
First time we seen Reed stretch.
Think they're gonna
Yeah.
find the ultimate nullifier, baby?
We will protect you.
Hope so.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Watch the drive-by.
All right, at least they're showing Galactus to a degree.
All right, here's my opinion.
All right, hang on. Let me back out of this before it plays the next
You
trailer.
guys say yours and then I'll say mine.
You said
You know what? Fuck it. You guys also want to go through Marvel's Thunderbolts final trailer
sure. Go ahead.
while it's here? All right.
It is double.
Dude, it's the whole movie in the trailer. Are you kidding me? You repeat? I don't even gotta go in favor. Deep popcorn.
Got a little bit of black.
All right, hang on, gentlemen.
No. That's just a fairy tale.
Void.
Oh, I didn't realize they had copyrighted music. All right, we're not gonna
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
So let's back into our conversation before we go on. So I mean, I have thoughts about the Fantastic Four. I don't know about you guys. I was under the impression this is not taking place in sorry, I almost said 1610. This is not taking place in 616 for the cinematic universe.
So you think it's a multiversal movie?
Has to be, because think about this: the Avengers invasion of space from Thanos is the first time anyone ever talks about galactic invasion. So that must mean that, I mean, it's only the 60s. Most of those people would be alive to recount, hey, just as Thanos is invading New York, this happened before. Nobody says anything in any of the movies. There's never even a hint or a brought about in that sense. I think I know how this movie is going to play out. Well, I mean, what are you guys' opinion on this?
All right, let's compare notes. Tommy said something earlier. He said something about that it feels like an old movie, which I do agree. It feels like a 60s, 70s.
So how they dressed their cars.
But like you said, since if that comes out in the past, where were they when all these stuff was going on with Thanos and all this stuff? So maybe this is what Pete's saying. This is a multiverse episode. This is like a whole multiverse. The Fantastic Four doesn't exist in the MCU of our universe, but they might cross over until Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I do have a gripe and a praise. I'll start with the praise. Galactus.
And Purple himself.
Purple himself is back. I love that idea.
And not as a cloud this
Not
time.
as a cloud like they
Purple
did
cloud.
in the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. That's what killed that movie. Otherwise, it would have been a decent movie. But at the same time, Rise of the Silver Surfer had one thing that did very well, and that was the Silver Surfer.
I agree with that.
Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer, and this one is using Shalabal as the Silver Surfer. And I'm really, like, as a Surfer fan, not feeling it at all. I'm not even trying to give
Well,
it a
even though, like you said, they brought the chick version of Surfer.
Mhm.
Excuse me. What the hell's wrong with you?
You're falling
They
apart.
brought the chick version. At least introduce Norman first,
Norrin, yeah.
and then if, for example, go through all the roads to Galactus, and then introduced her. 'Cause she was one.
Yeah.
But I don't feel they
Well,
needed to introduce her
yeah,
right here, right
the-
now.
The identity of the female surfer. Does anyone remember her name?
I never in all my years of reading anything with the Heralds of Galactus, Norman Rad was always the Silver Surfer. Shala Bal stood apart from that. She was never. I don't think she was
Wasn't
ever
a main-
Oh,
yeah.
Shala. That's her name.
That's
Shala
her,
Bal,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I think the one time I might have seen her as a herald was during the alternate future version Earth X. If I read that, she was with the Norman Rad, and they were both surfing
Yeah.
universe
They're-
looking for
they're surfing together.
Galactus food in the planets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even then, I apologize.
no,
We'll come back to you.
Absolutely.
Tommy, your opinions on this retro 60s vibe and the use of this surfer. What are you thinking?
First off, I want to say, again, Marvel's going to do what they do. Disney's going to do what they do, regardless.
Yes.
Whatever we say, our opinion, anybody's fan opinion. I just think, me personally, I still don't think they need to introduce Galactus now.
Okay.
Like, why? Okay, I know he's the big bad guy, whatever,
Mhm.
but do you see the freaking Rogues Gallery that Fantastic Four has?
True. I also heard the Red Gulf is in this movie, so I'm assuming the Super Apes are coming in too.
What I'm saying,
That could be.
couldn't you introduce Mole Man? I'm just saying, just shooting off the top of my head.
Mhm.
Mole Man, any other character first, and at the end of the movie, you see her show
Galactus.
up and go, "My master's hungry. I shall call my master." And everyone's like, "What do you mean?" Then you see the shadow of Galactus, dude. Imagine how dope that would have been.
Oh, dope! But then everybody be complaining: is that a shadow or is that just
No,
another
you saw
cloud?
if you see the image,
Yeah, when
like
it
you
first
saw
showed up,
Galactus, right?
right?
Yeah.
Dude,
I
you'll know
agree.
the moment you see it, you'll be like, "That's Galactus."
The moment they
He's
show the
coming.
back of his head in
Dude,
the
the
first
moment you
trailer,
see Silver Surfer, you're gonna say any version, girl, guy, whatever.
yeah, you know he's coming.
But then again, like you said, multiverse, another timeline or whatever have you. They should have introduced at least Norman Rad first, and then if they're gonna bring a girl, Harold, bring her in. 'Cause, I mean, you got your main ones. You got your Silver Surfer. You got your Fire Lord. Second one, Gabriel, my favorite, hands down. Cosmic guys, here we
Cosmic
go.
Airwalker,
Here's your 101 on Cosmic.
Fire
You got your
Lord.
Surfer, Fire Lord. You got your T-Rex, the
Airwalker,
Tamer,
Terrax, and Morg.
and Morg. Yeah,
And there's like 3 others that came out there.
Yeah, but
like
they're baloney.
they're balloons.
Yeah, they're baloney. Wonder Bar.
I do have a good point here. I'm trying to look at it behind the scenes since you said Kevin.
Bigger picture. Yeah.
I know we're looking at this either it's an old movie or it's a multiversal story or whatever, but just remember the hype they gave us when they introduced the actors who were playing the Fantastic Four. This is before we found out who they're going to be in Doomsday. They made it sound like these 4 actors are going to they're the Fantastic Four from now and beyond. So I'm assuming, yes, they're going to be in Doomsday and then after Secret Wars as well. And I got a feeling whatever happens in Secret Wars, I really have this feeling. Everybody, certain people in certain multi-universe is going to merge into the main MCU universe.
So you think they're gonna come over?
Well, I think they're going to come in
I
and they're
agree.
going to blend in. Like their history with Galactus, everything will end up becoming part of the history in the MCU.
So I actually have a different theory on that.
Okay,
It's
different
very
theory.
similar though.
Go for it.
So we're setting up for Doomsday and Secret Wars, right? That's what
Right.
this is coming
2 big
down to.
movies.
Yep. Now we luckily have an insight into the comic books. We know what the second series of Secret Wars from
It was 2016,
2016?
2014.
it was that.
Or 15. It's one of those.
I thought it's 2016. Okay, anyway.
We'll double
Well,
check that.
so the 2000s Secret Wars rather than the one that happened in the 90s or 80s,
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 84,
80s
yeah.
and the
84.
2000. There was a 2000
84
one, but
and
none to do with,
85.
like the Beyonder and the
Yeah.
So then the 2010s, we'll say,
Yeah.
just to make it easier.
2010.
So the 2010s version of Secret Wars, without giving a synopsis or really any spoilers, Doom has the power of the Beyonder. He's ripping apart. Okay. He was ripping planets from the multiverse and creating Battle World because of all the incursions and things that were
I
happening.
thought that was cool.
So I think actually what's going to happen in the Fantastic Four movie is we're going to get this lighthearted story. Galactus is going to come in. Either the Fantastic Four are actually going to lose. Galactus is going to start to consume the planet. And then Doom's going to come in and rip. And yeah, that planet they can salvage and put it into Battle World. And they're going to somehow escape, be relevant in Avengers Doomsday, and say Doom is coming. Forget Galactus, Doom is coming.
Because I like that. That's actually a pretty cool theory. I like
Thank
that.
Mhm.
It's crazy because
Hang
if
on
it is-
1 second. If any of my mods are in and we have to clip that for proof, do with that information as you will. Continue. I'm sorry.
oh, as you will. So speaks Professor Xavier.
There can only be one.
It's crazy that you said that because how are you going to stop Galactus? Period. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have the ultimate nullifier that we touched on a while back, it's this device or mechanism, machine or something that can actually erase universes in reality.
Yeah.
So unless they find that, I don't see them stopping Galactus in this.
I don't think they can.
Yeah, I mean, unless he shows up, because Galactus is cosmic aware, he's gonna be like, Reed Richards go, hey, look, I got the ultimate nullifier, and he's like, you know what, I'm out of here. Let's leave.
Now we both know, just like in the comic, everybody would know this. Reed uses the ultimate nullifier to deter Galactus from eating Earth.
Every time he comes to Earth,
And like you said, there's no other way to beat Galactus, especially with the Fantastic Four movie. So I think that might be the ending. But then I got a feeling, knowing Foggy, I got a feeling that nullifier weapon
ultimate
will also
nullifier.
carry over to the Secret War Doomsday movie.
And now, assuming that's
Think
the
about
case, that would stop Doom.
What does the ultimate nullifier do?
Erases everything.
Yeah.
It destroys
What
reality
is
of everything.
Doctor Doom gonna do during Secret War?
Essentially, create his perfect reality.
Yeah.
And when they have to stop Doom,
Use the
and Reed is the key. I mean, how about that? Just throwing this out.
fair.
I mean, I don't want to
Sounds
spoil the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just This is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
Me just like putting the pieces together. Marvel movies are known to like throw a curveball and then throw all our hardcore comic book fans off. Sometimes pisses us off, sometimes it doesn't, because they're telling a different type of story. But if you compare to what the book and what the movie's doing, very similar. It could make sense if they do it that way. But we're not gonna.
I
we're
think
not gonna
that's
spoil
fair.
it.
I think
We're
that's
not gonna
fair.
spoil it.
Like you said, they're not page for page in the book either. You know
No,
what
I'll
I'm
tell
saying?
you
It's
this
not
way.
like they sit down and read the whole book and go, hey guys, let's make a movie about this.
Yeah.
No, they
But they're
their own
doing their
twist.
research. Every actor's doing their research from the book. So.
Have their twist.
So that's actually a good point. I think we're gonna skip off of that, but you guys can check out the Fantastic Four trailer. Tell us what you guys think about
I
down
do
the
plan on
comics.
seeing it.
I'm not gonna hype myself
I
up
will
about
see
the
it.
Avenger
Yeah,
movies.
fair enough.
I will.
I'm good.
You know what though?
You will.
I am gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it because I think a lot of people feel the same way that I do when it comes to this.
Mm.
I think when it comes to Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, I think after that will be an appropriate place for them to reboot and restart fresh and
Could
take
still
over.
happen.
If they want to put some things over, I think take the good from the original MCU timeline and bring it now over into this new reboot.
Exactly.
And like you said, if anything, because there's been different versions of the Avengers during the years.
Mm.
The regular 616.
Yes.
You can pull different teams and merge them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was rumors about them pulling the Fantastic Four from the 2000s. Ian, the one with Michael Chiklis is the
Yep.
thing, and the whole group.
I think Tommy means more character rather than
Character.
actors.
Yeah,
yeah.
forget the actors. I'm just saying in general.
True,
like,
true.
Yeah, like you have the Avengers without Cap. There's a pre-Captain America Avengers and there's a post-Captain America Avengers.
True.
There's a pre-A versus X and there's a post-A versus X. I think that's what Tommy's getting.
Well, I
at.
think
even though. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it all depends on their contract, the actor's contract with Marvel. I mean, like Deadpool was saying in the Wolverine movie, they're gonna be Wolverine forever
Until you're
until
90.
you're 90. So Pedro Pascal be Miss Reed Richards till he's 90. We don't know. So we'll have to wait till.
That's funny. I wore my Deadpool shirt for today.
That's no.
Deadpool. I saw that. I was like, that gave me the.
Oh my god! All right, let's
Ain't no lie.
And a quick run on Thunderbolts. Yes, that's another good one I want to see as well.
But they could never replace the actual Avengers, the Thunderbolts. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know if that's the
I don't
point of
think
them.
They're meant to replace.
No, but I'm
it.
just saying.
It's
In
just another
general.
team.
Yeah, no, but remember he said about the reboot, you can't have the Thunderbolts be the Avengers.
No, I agree with that.
I agree. They have to be
I
their
want to
own
see a
team.
new. I want to see a new Avengers lineup with new actors. I feel like everyone we got in the Avengers are obviously now past their prime age. If we get a new Captain America, okay. If we get a new Iron Man, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an ideal situation, but the MCU has written themselves in a corner, and I don't know how they'd get out other than saying
Telling you, bro.
Secret Wars
Secret Wars
is
could be
after-
the only-
After Endgame, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
So let's go
told you.
on to our next big.
Cosmic
Such a
awareness
subject.
told me, Peter told me everything.
Oh,
All right, ready, guys?
I'm ready for this one.
All right, so
This one
we missed our previous Between the Panels episode that we were supposed to do. A couple of us were on vacation. We were out of the office, and Val Kilmer unfortunately passed away. He passed away April 1st, 2025, and no, that is not a joke. I swear to God. But yeah, Val Kilmer, rest in peace. I want to take a minute, guys. What was your favorite Val Kilmer film, and what do you guys feel he's best known for?
Pepe, you could take the ball.
My favorite. I mean, there's so many. Tombstone was the first one that pops in my head. Oh, that whole line where I'm your Huckleberry. It just to me that's
I'm Yo.
that was a movie that made him like a badass.
Yeah, that's for me.
Even though he died in the movie, it was awesome to see him just the way he acted and being all sick, but yeah, he was still kicking ass with his gun slinging. Another one that it's to me was the defining one was Real Genius.
Yes.
He played Christopher Knight. This was
Great,
like before
great
like
movie.
the fame of the Big Bang Theory. He was the Big Bang Theory before that.
Was
shit came
Genius
out.
before was it Top Gun or after?
Top Gun came out after.
86.
I think Real Genius might have been his earliest work. I could be wrong, but Top Gun did come out after because he was older and he was working with Tom Cruise. I thought he was okay in the movie. I think it was more of a macho movie for me to say if that was his best. So I'm not gonna even throw
That was one of his greatest roles, bro.
Tombstone was better than
Dude, no. I'm just saying, as in that really, really, really put him on the map was Top Gun, dude.
But they made him as a jerk in that movie.
Dude, that's the role he played.
I would have been a jerk too.
But he made that
Tom
movie.
Cruise,
To be fair,
movie, dude. If you didn't have him in there, I don't think that movie would have been as great. Seriously,
I don't know. Back then,
dude, and then
Tom
the bro,
Cruise was the
dude,
highest.
and then the bro hug at the end. Come on, P man.
That was the best part.
Come on, dude. The bro
I did
hug.
like the sequel where Val Kilmer did come back.
And the soundtrack,
the new one,
the newest one,
breath
the Maverick.
I
I
thought
think
that
it's called.
Maverick movie was pretty good.
Maverick, yeah.
But those two movies, Tombstone, Real Genius.
Doors. How about the Doors? Did you like the Doors?
I did not see that movie,
dude.
I'll be honest with you.
Fun fact. They did an interview on him. He actually studied every video, everything, his movements, how he spoke. So when you watch the movie, it's a carbon copy of Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison,
carbon copy. Yeah,
he really did his work. That's what I'm saying. As an actor, that's talent.
He nailed it.
I don't think he had that talent during Top Gun. You know what I'm saying? That's why
I'm telling you, man. You never saw Top Gun.
I did see Top Gun.
You never saw Top Gun.
I've been forced to watch that.
You never saw Top Gun.
Not
in speedos with a tank top that's tied up in the front.
Dude,
you never saw.
If anybody stood out,
Tommy,
in that movie,
what do your weekends look like?
I laughed really hard.
I'm sorry, but if anybody stood out in that movie, it was Goose, the guy who played Goose.
Yeah, but he got mobbed.
I know he got mobbed, but his time on screen with Tom Cruise was 10 times better, and it showed more than what Val Kilmer could have shown.
Your opinion.
That's my opinion.
Your opinion. And it sucks. No,
hey,
I got 2 words for you.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too? I thought the show was going to get a very different debate. This one is so much funnier than what I thought was going to happen.
What about Batman Forever?
I was going to say Batman. Dude, you take all my honorable mentions, you son of a...
No, go ahead. Bring it up.
No, you go.
I was asking you about it.
No, you're good. Batman was great. I thought it was great.
I thought he did a good...
I thought he played a really great Bruce Wayne.
He wasn't. He's in like top 3, top 4.
I would say
he was great.
Yeah, my top 4 Batman. You know,
he was
fast. He did a lot better than
Clooney. I knew you were going to say Clooney.
Well, Clooney is.
He was like a jokey Batman.
But he came. The hard part, he came right after Michael Keaton, so it was very hard. And he actually did a pretty decent job. I just
before we continue, I'm going to ask the famous question.
Go for it.
The Bat credit card. Why and whose social security is that attached to? I need to know. It's not Bruce Wayne.
You know, it's the Alfred. I bet it's Alfred.
It's Alfred Social.
He's covering up his. He's covering his ass.
Hey, Batman can figure that one.
He's covering his ass.
It's like
Batman Forever Part 2: Tax Evasion.
Oh,
they got him.
They got him.
They got him.
He's in the back cave for it.
They got him.
Let's actually talk about, instead of DC's poster boy, let's talk about Marvel's. So another announcement that we missed is Spider-Man's 4th movie finally got a title. It is going to be called Spider-Man: The Brand New Day.
Why? Said the DC fan. Why? Let me guess. It got Toby.
Brand New Day. Spider-Man.
Oh, you want to read it? Here.
Oh, it's a Spider-Man Brand New Day and Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse unveiled at CinemaCon 2025.
Yep. So they brought up both of the informations for both. This comes to us
right
from Marvel.com.
Nice.
Brought this up in. I don't know if we want to read the article, but it's totally up to you if you want to read that. Can you even see that?
Oh, which one? Let me see.
Let me see if I can.
So the director Destin Daniel Cretton, who previously worked on Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, appeared to stage to provide fans with their first insight into Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which is, I think, it's a great idea.
Mhm.
Um,
Great director, by the way.
Starring Tom Holland, Spider-Man: Brand New Day will be directed by. I already told that part, and it will release in theaters July 31st, 2026. That's a
So,
clause.
thoughts on that, Tommy? Actually, now that we kind of have a release date.
Sometimes there's too much. Like, you know,
It's only a sport movie.
sometimes it's too much. Well, here's the Civil War.
Yeah,
Here's the
okay,
Civil
fair
War.
enough.
Yeah, but crossovers doesn't count.
Yo,
He's the
under
main
rules.
star.
Did you enjoy the last 3 Spider-Man movies?
Um, uh, I really like what's his name? The middle Spider-Man. I think
Andrew Garfield.
Garfield.
Mysterio?
Garfield. I think he
I'm sorry.
deserved.
Amazing.
Seeing that everybody else got a trilogy, I think they at least need to have him do his last one, as say for like to complete his trilogy.
Unless you call No Way Home as his final. watch.
It's
That's
not
kinda what it
him.
was.
It's just not him by himself. Is what I'm saying.
Well, you got to be
Toby had his
There-
3.
There was actually a rumor that they were going to complete Spider-Man
one?
4 for Tobey Maguire. So I don't see why there shouldn't be a rumor out there that Andrew Garfield does get a third
At
movie.
least his third. Because remember they were hyping it up for the Sinister Six, and they gave us the oh my god the Rhino. Oh Jesus Christ, that
Well,
really hurt.
First of all, you got to blame Sony on all this.
Oh yeah.
God bless them.
They do what they do.
Exactly. And when Marvel got involved and
They do what they do.
they got their own Spider-Man, which is Tom Holland, I think from there on out it was better. It was also nice of Marvel to say, okay, we'll incorporate the other 2 Spider-Mans and make them part of the
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Well,
I'm
to be
also
fair,
hearing
if you're setting up a multiverse, what
Mm.
other Spider-Man are you going to
you
use?
can't use any other. It has to be those 3.
I would agree with
And
that.
I'm hearing rumors they might. I mean, I definitely know Tobey Maguire might be in Secret Wars,
So we're hearing rumors.
but we're also sporadic rumors about maybe Andrew Garfield.
Well,
So,
you know us. We're not making any affirms
We're not
on
making-
when it
no.
comes to
but there is a rumor.
rumors. There are rumors.
And I think that's a good rumor because they do owe him. If it wasn't for Andrew Garfield stepping up after Amazing Spider-Man 2 and telling Sony, hey, you need to like listen to Marvel and start getting him in this, and
Mhm.
it cost him his job.
I don't think that's what cost him his job.
That's what I know about it.
I think him getting high.
Wanted to be wanted Spider-Man to merge with.
Well,
MCU.
hey,
They
hold
won't.
up. What got him fired was him getting high and going to Disneyland
Yeah.
at the height of Florida's banning of marijuana
Yeah.
before it became illegal.
He shot
Oh,
himself in
too.
the
After
foot.
Sony tell him no, you can't do it, I would be smoking weed too until
He was smoking weed. He got in trouble before the release of the second movie.
shows up at Disney World crying.
He shot-
Spider-Man put on part of your.
He shot himself in the foot, dude.
He did.
Hey, no, he did, but he was standing up for what we all wanted to see. We wanted to see his Spider-Man be with the Marvel Universe, with the Avengers and stuff. And he was the first one to say it, and Sony just like, no, because you're contracted to be in Spider-Man for Sony,
Yeah.
and they couldn't do it, and just cost him his job eventually because he probably.
Well, in my opinion, like good, bad, or indifferent, they're gonna do what they do. Even though Maguire's the OG, then you got your Garfield, which stepped in, did the second movies. Then you got your Tom Holland. I think they're all great, but me, still personally, I think Garfield nailed it as Peter Parker. That's just me. This is me. You can love who you love.
Who love
you
you.
can like who you like.
I mean, I said the same about Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
but Tom Holland, it stands on his own. And
Tom
I like to see him
Holland.
grow. So this movie, I think it's what's going to see him grow. And
Hmm.
I want to see him team up with Daredevil.
I do too.
That would be like.
So you know what? I'm kind of in that weird middle too, where like Tobey Maguire's my first Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield, I feel, plays a very good, more 1610 original Spider-Man than actual Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But Tom Holland feels like a great Spider-Man, really bad Peter Parker,
Oh.
and then the cast around him kind of feels like a DEI project gone wrong.
Well,
And I don't have any problem with inclusion. There's a lot of, people of different colors, different race. Hell, we're all Hispanic here. We got lucky with our DEI. Just kidding. I love you both.
Adios mío.
Joke.
Adios míos.
we're in trouble now.
Adios mío.
But you guys know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
MJ being a woman of color, very much outside of the realm of the comic books.
Ned.
Well, is Ned white in the comics? I don't
In
even
the
remember.
comic, he was. I
Yeah,
think
he
he
was.
was white. He
Was
turned into Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Well, he was Hobgoblin. I
was
thought
one
he
of the
was tan.
Hobgoblins.
I thought he was Hispanic, but
No, I think he's
Ned-
Oriental-ish.
Ned Leeds.
Oh.
I don't.
No, I mean in the movie series.
Oh,
No,
no.
in the comics he's white.
Yeah, he's
Oh, he's
white in the
white,
comic,
yeah.
but he was Samoan. I
They're
think.
all white. They all start white. No, I'm just joking. They all start white in the comics.
I mean, they changed it up. I
Ned
mean,
Lee
they made.
is
I mean, if you look at all the cast that was around Peter without being Spider-Man, I mean, yes, there was a different race, different ethnicity, but if you also notice, they all seemed like they were too young to play those characters. I mean, Flash looked like a
but you have to
doofus
remember.
compared to the Flash Thompson in Spider-Man 1 that was played by Joey Macadocious.
Yeah.
Maloney.
Well,
Oh,
you
I'm
have a
sorry.
very very fair point there. I think we also have to remember that I think Disney wanted these people for longer than
Yes.
because I think they wanted to make like 6 Spider-Man movies because these actors were so young.
Yeah.
Possibly.
They look
Possibly.
young. Yeah.
They look young. Yeah, that's pretty. That's
Yeah.
pretty
They,
fair.
they have a chance to do it. with
Well,
this movie.
look at all what the Aunt May as the movies go on.
They're getting
They
younger.
get younger.
Well, I mean, this one got murked, but
Oh,
But she
yeah,
was young.
did
She was
that.
younger than the other ones.
And she gave the great power speech, great
Yeah.
responsibilities.
so I don't really like that one. I don't like that Aunt May is the one who gives the great responsibility. Like Uncle Ben's such a
Ben.
We
prevalent.
never got to see Uncle Ben.
Well, what's crazy? We don't even see him in Disney's multiverse. The only time we ever see him is either in Sony's Spider-Man movies or in the cartoon series prior to Disney taking over.
Right.
So it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not against change. I'm against radical takes of source material.
Main
Right.
source
And
material.
how they use it, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just skip it, but they'll talk about it. In this case, they
So
didn't talk about it.
I'll give you a great example. The 2003 Daredevil movie. The Kingpin is an African American male, and
Yes.
that actor did fantastic.
He
Not-
nailed
yeah,
it.
he did
Rest in
nail it.
peace. Yeah.
yeah, right. I was about to say the
Rest
name
in
of the
peace.
actor is
Reigns.
Duncan Clark.
Oh, Clark Duncan Smith.
Clark
yeah.
Duncan. There you go.
and he does
I said
probably
Vin
one of
Rames.
the best interpretations of the Kingpin I've
Nailed it. I
ever
thought he did
seen.
a great
He
job.
got to beat Ben Affleck up.
I thought he did a really good
Yeah,
job.
he did
did.
fantastic.
I mean, I was
He did
open
good.
at that time. I was open to Kingpin being a different race. I was okay, and he
He nailed
actually
it.
made me feel that it could be done.
It
Just
can
his
be.
presence was great.
But
Oh,
after
yeah.
the cast, it was like, who can do it? And it was like after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
Or I'm sorry to
I'm glad
interrupt
he
you, but
did.
do you guys remember all the controversy about the Iron Fist series that came out on Netflix? Everyone was
Yes.
mad that it was
Oh,
a white guy.
yes.
They
But
were
Danny
heated.
Rand, like that's the whole point. He's a
They were
Westerner
heated,
who
yeah.
was rich and had all these things. His parents die, and he was raised by monks. Like that's the point of the story.
I
That's
wasn't
the
a big
message.
fan of the Iron Fist.
That's
series.
what I
I
think.
like
They
the
just
I
first-
watched it.
I like the first season.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Yeah, I watched it, but I wasn't a big fan. Even when they put them all together as a group as the
Oh, you
Defenders,
didn't like
Oh, yeah.
Defenders?
I thought it was good, but I
Not Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I didn't mind him, but the first season it just stretched too much with the people around him. The
You
story
think
wasn't
so?
about Iron Fist.
No.
It was about
it was about everybody
those
else.
other two, the sister brother.
Yep.
It's like half the season was about them. I'm like, where's my boy Iron Fist? And then finally he comes in. Okay, I'm excited. Then season 2 comes in, and he had a chance to. His martial arts was supposed to stick out.
They should have never. They
They
should have
dropped the
never.
ball on that. And
With Iron Fist, they
Yeah.
shouldn't have gone too far away from the hand
Yeah.
storyline.
Yeah, they should have kept it.
after Defenders, which was the perfect timing, he did good
He
in
did,
the
yeah, he
Defenders
did
movie.
great.
But then when season 2 came out, I heard the rumor was in his action scenes, his fight scene, he wasn't doing them. They had stunt doubles doing all. So I was like, you know what? Where's the actor who played him? Why did he have to cover his face and wear a hood and all that stuff?
Mm.
And I come to find out he wasn't taking the role serious.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's trying to get back into it now, and
Yes.
it makes me a little angry. But
no, I'm going to defend him right here. When after season 2, yes, we're all upset with it. We have every good reason.
I didn't even finish my
But
sentence.
no, I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
I'm going to jump because you
No,
feel
no,
that
wait, tell me what I was
he
going to
wants
say.
to get back. He wants to come back to the MCU and be Iron Fist, and you don't like the idea because he's going to drop the ball again.
That's not at all what I was going
My
to
bad.
say.
Go ahead, finish your
I was going to say I was angry with him for the fact that he was upset online and saying, "Give me a chance." And it's like, we gave you a chance and you didn't even put in the work.
Yeah.
But if he's willing to put in the work now to learn martial arts, I'm good with that.
There you go.
Let me finish.
I apologize, man.
You're
I really that was on me. That
No,
was
you're
on
good,
me.
you're
I'm
good.
sorry.
But I understand what you were
That's
saying.
exactly what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. So you're right. So if he puts in the work, I said we as fans, we should give him a chance. If he can't do the work, Let the director fire him and get somebody else, but I think they should give him a chance. He already put himself in that role. If he can make himself better and learn kung fu, behind the scenes and actually bring it to the screen, I'm willing to give him that second chance. So
Okay. Speaking of martial arts and really, really well done fight scenes, let's go on to our next topic. Guys, the final episode of Daredevil Born Again has come out. The series is complete. The official rating
Rotten
is on
Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Sweet.
Pedro, do you want to read the critics versus the audience?
okay, the critics,
The tomato.
the tomato one is 87%, and
The audience is the
audience
popcorn.
is 81, which I'm like a little off on that one. But either way, it's basically saying the series is a B plus B, actually B
Hmm.
if you average it out.
Not bad at all.
Usually I would be hard on the
Critics,
tomato.
tomatoes.
I've found that in most situations the critics are out of tune with the audience, but
Exactly.
I will say this is pretty damn close. I think I'm the only one at this table who's seen the whole series, right?
Yes,
You guys are still
I'm
waiting
missing
on
by
some
2
episodes.
episodes, the last 2 episodes.
Okay. So I don't want to spoil anything. I don't think anybody else wants me to spoil anything. I will say from my personal viewpoint of it,
Right.
to see John Buthal return as the Punisher, which is not a
Yes.
surprise.
That's all.
To see Charlie Cox return as Daredevil.
Yes.
A lot of the cast
Great
came
actor.
back.
Kingpin,
The Kingpin,
Karen Page.
what Anthony Dev? I forget the guy who plays the Kingpin.
Oh, that was Stanford, Illinois. Vinicio. Oh God.
Anthony Vinicio? Am I going
I
crazy?
don't think Anthony.
It's not
was part of his
Anthony?
name.
Oh.
I
Vincento.
can fact check it.
Yeah, please fact check it.
Thank you.
But yeah, he came back.
Yep.
They added the Tony Soprano's son, the actor.
Yep,
in-
he's
on the
in the
cast.
series. By the way,
Bobby-
he did
He
fantastic.
did it pretty good.
Yep,
I liked
yep.
him there. They brought the wife back, Vanessa Fisk.
Vanessa
back,
Fisk came back. Yep.
which
Yep.
I actually found her more interesting in this season.
She's actually my only complaint about the series, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
She was great, but her
Vincent
Vincent
D'Onofrio.
Frino.
Butcher the name.
Muy frío.
Muy frito.
Muy frito.
You went Italian, you went Spanish.
It's a sofrito.
Well, it makes sense if he's Italian because
He's great. He's a great actor. Oh my
He's
God,
a great
actor.
Wilson Fisk.
Great actor.
So I think, but yeah, I would if I were giving the show like out of an audience rating, I would also give it an 80%.
Mhm.
I would say that
That's
the
fair.
acting is very well done.
That's fair.
There's not a lot of focus on Daredevil,
Mhm.
and I understood the creative choice to do so. They probably could have brought Daredevil, again, without spoiling, they could have brought Matt Murdock as Daredevil a lot sooner rather than going through this monologue. It felt like the first season is solely there to set up the second season, and that was it. Vanessa's role
What do you
was a
think?
little off-putting for me
think
towards
that,
the
Pete?
end.
I will look.
And but
What's wrong
but
with your
now
face?
that's my criticisms. My
Fair enough.
positives about this is everybody returning.
But the
There's
negative. Let's get to the negative.
I just went through the
You just went
negatives.
through all the
Oh, you
negatives.
just finished.
Yeah.
Vanessa.
My positives are
The returning cast.
the returning of the cast. The role the Kingpin has is fantastic. I feel like it's a little underwater, but it still is really good for what they had to work with.
Nice.
The fight scenes are very well choreographed.
I agree.
I wouldn't say they were as good as the original team that did season 1, 2, and 3 of just regular Daredevil.
That's fair.
But definitely well done. And the relationship between Daredevil and the Punisher.
Mhm.
It
That
was
was some powerful
fantastic.
stuff.
It was great. Even if
Every time they interacted, it was powerful.
it was, and I only felt like their interactions mattered in the first 2 times they met in the original series, and then there are some scenes where it's a little off-putting where they're together. In this, every scene had meaning, and it just kept going and going and going, and I loved that. So that's my review of it. Thank you for my TED Talk.
I just
Fair enough.
remember the original series when the Punisher met Daredevil. He was like, "The difference between you and me."
Oh yeah, you have to-
Yes.
Dude,
that every scene in this season felt like that.
So far,
Conversation.
that was amazing.
I disagree with what you said about Vanessa. I think she brought a lot more as a character, especially being married to Fisk, who just became gone to politics. No spoiler alerts. But I think her character and where it went was very natural, and I kind of gave her props about that. I know you disagree, but that's how
Yeah,
I
I
feel.
disagree.
The only disappointment I had was the fate of Foggy.
Yes.
Too early in the show to do that.
I thought we
No
were avoiding
spoiler.
spoilers.
Yeah,
That
you have to watch and find out what happened to him. Well, that was my first disappointment, but after that, it was great. The fact that Daredevil, they used less Daredevil as the season went on and more Matt Murdock.
Mhm.
I mean, we've seen Daredevil and Matt Murdock the last 3 seasons on Netflix. This was the first time Disney Plus decided, hey, let's just find out who Matt Murdock is. And we got to see a Matt Murdock. Yeah, he had some fight scene that was pretty cool. He was the attorney side of him.
Yeah, he's
the
great.
best
He's a
part.
great
Like
lawyer.
every case
great
he
lawyer.
had,
But you didn't
he
feel
put in
like
the work.
But you didn't feel like you got that in the first season of the original Daredevil?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I think it continued, and it was more of a challenging situation for him.
Yeah.
And then you threw in the whole White Tiger trial. You also had
No spoilers, my guy.
you're dropping bombs. I didn't say
You're dropping bombs.
You're dropping bombs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I didn't even see the
I know he's in this.
episode
Okay,
2.
the superheroes, their trials, and and then you throw in Wilson Fisk's situation where we're not gonna spoil it, but his character where it went.
Convo, you get all the spoilers, Kenny.
Well,
Tune in the
I
panels.
think between
I
all
love it.
that-
I said no spoilers. We're just going to talk about it. Let's sacrifice
Yeah.
the first episode.
All right, so let me just mention this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My problem with these
I
numbers
knew.
is I think the fan side might be wrong. I hate to say this because I think if you
All right,
add up
fanboy.
everything you've seen in
Yeah.
the show,
Big
I-
time.
it's off by a couple of numbers. I'm not saying it's better than 81. I think it's like I think the number should have been.
Well, I mean,
at least
it's
84,
certified
85.
fresh on both sides. I
it's-
think we
you're
should
good.
take
Either way, it's
Yeah.
fresh. But I think that number should have surprised because the tomato side.
Yeah.
I think they're always wrong. Like you said,
Majority of the
They're
time,
not-
they're wrong.
the majority of the time. But they came out with a high number, which is good. And then everybody, I'm surprised no one
On the
jumped
fan
on it
side,
and
I
said, "Oh,
think-
yeah, it's better."
But I think the major criticisms, probably from the audience side, and I could be wrong. You guys in the chat, if you guys
Daredevil.
want to talk to us,
Yeah, let
less
us know.
Daredevil and the violence that we came from season 1, 2, and 3
Sure.
into this new series. The violence is dumbed the fuck down.
Yeah.
Give it time. Give it time. I'm sure season 2 will be a lot.
setting up for bigger things.
I know.
Next
I
season.
haven't
Do you know
seen
how
the whole
many
thing,
seasons this one's slated for? Or
So
many?
far, just they renewed for the second season. I don't know if they renewed for a third.
I read a high
but
rating.
How about
like there's no
Defenders
more.
movie? I'm hearing rumors on that. That's just a
watch,
rumor.
just watch the last episodes.
I
That's
can't
all
wait to
gotta
see
tell
it.
you, guys. You could check out Daredevil: Born Again on Disney Plus or
It's certified
Hulu.
fresh.
It's certified fresh.
You know, it'd be nice to see this version of Punisher on the big screen, just like a movie of him.
I agree with that.
You know what?
He could probably do it.
You're right.
He could probably pull it off,
He
man.
could.
They're actually,
Maybe-
I don't know if you saw, they are doing a one-off. I don't know if it's a mini series or a movie for this Punisher,
Yeah, the one shot.
the one shot,
It's
yeah.
for the Punisher.
That
with
was-
John
Which I
Murphy.
hope that does well enough where they'll do another series.
They're
That'd be great.
comparing it to Werewolf by Night, where it's
I
gonna,
thought that was pretty
they're
good.
gonna-
Werewolf
I thought
by
that was
Night
great.
was
they're going to
good.
show violence of the Punisher, but it's going to be black and white. And then
Oh, I
they're
don't
gonna
like
release
that.
no, but just like Werewolf by Night, they'll release the color. They want to see if it works black and white because that way, when you see all the blood, gore, the violence,
Nah, that
well,
doesn't
uh,
work
dim
for
it down.
The only
Punisher.
reason that how that would work if they would do flashbacks and do it in black and white and
Yeah.
then do it now.
But I mean that they already flushed out Punisher's flashbacks in, unless they're going back to Vietnam or Afghanistan
They
or
could
whatever.
do
they were
some
doing.
Vietnam stories.
Oh, wait, they can't. I forgot. They showed the
They
video
already
in
showed
his
it.
trial in the
They
second
did.
season
They
of
already
the
did
original
that.
Daredevil. That's
Daredevil.
right.
I mean, I think they're just going to do it to see if like it doesn't mess anybody up, and then they'll do the color version. Like they did
I think it
Werewolf by
worked
Night,
with
which
Werewolf
makes
by Night
sense.
because Werewolf by Night is a huge reflection on Nosferatu,
Right.
the monster, the
all the creatures.
Frankenstein's monster. Yeah,
that was dope.
like
was
that
dope.
just worked. To do it with
That
the
was dope.
Punisher is
The werewolf.
off-putting.
The werewolf.
Which one
Serious.
did you like? The black and white version of Werewolf by Night
I
or
liked
the
it.
color?
I actually like the black and white one
I liked
better.
Gave it that
You gave that
nostalgic,
old nostalgia.
that
yeah.
throwback.
The one
back
thing I
in the
did like
days.
about the color one was when the fight scenes, you could actually
Yeah,
see like blood
Blood and
coming out.
splatter.
So I was
That
like,
was
maybe
dope.
that's what they're going to do with the Punisher.
That was dope. But
They shouldn't though. They just shouldn't do that with Punisher.
no, you know what they should like you know how Punisher doesn't have he has a rogue gallery, but not massive like say Batman or
Just kills-
Spider-Man. You know
kills
what I'm saying?
them all.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No. What if you get a movie and put several bad guys in there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could take out at least
Yeah.
a couple of them.
We've already seen him kill Jigsaw. So I mean, we have the Ganucci's. We have what's his name from the Max series, the big black dude.
Oh God, I forgot.
Ah.
Barracuda.
Barracuda, thank you.
That would be a
Barracuda.
good fight. I would love to see
The
Barracuda
Russian-
people.
You have, I mean, I don't remember if you remember the Acts of Vengeance where he fought Bushwhacker, the dude with the arm. That
Yeah,
Bushwhacker,
that's
yeah.
another one.
Have him show up.
Yeah, they could.
Fun fact, Bushwhacker was he's the first major boss in the video game tie-in.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That's
Now, do you
dope.
consider him a Daredevil villain or a Punisher villain?
Definitely a Punisher villain.
Yeah, he's
Through
street
and
level.
through.
I mean, you can't
Well, to be fair,
Punisher fights
Daredevil,
over server. That's not fair.
That's it. Give up the gun. It's over.
He's like,
That's it. I feel like the Sentry attack.
that'd be dope.
But
I'm looking forward to see Sentry, bro. No, I
I'm
am.
actually to see what he does.
I am.
I mean, I don't think the Thunderbolts could take him down, but you never.
I can say this, and then we'll jump off to whatever else you want. When he showed up against Noel, remember Cap's like, okay, guys, wait, what? All right, the Plan B's here. He shows up and then he rips him in half, and I'm like, but the Void, this guy's like so freaking powerful. I'm shocked, bro.
Yes,
Isn't
that's
that
how
kind of,
important.
you know what's kind of the ironic part of that? So Noel rips the Sentry in half.
I know what you're
If
gonna
you
say.
go when he lifted up Cletus and the Sentry ripped Carnage in half.
Carnage.
Yeah,
What a poetic way to go.
that is. Yeah, he's still dead, right? Sentry.
I don't think he came
He
back.
came
yet.
back.
He
He
did?
did come back, and now he's lying low.
They all come back.
They always come back. Marvel does that.
Yeah, but the Void I thought was so powerful that he could have did
I
something.
think, I think
Should've,
since
yeah.
his resurrection, the
Mhm.
Void and him are separated.
Got you.
There's two of them. Great.
There's two of them.
Nice.
Never know where that goes.
Let's move on to the other part. Now we have some video game news. I'm sure a lot of you guys are following this. Hold up. I'm going to.
Yeah, funny as hell, dude. Just the image,
So
man.
this comes from Vice.com. Schedule 1 is getting sued by the developers of another video game called Drug Dealer Simulator. Do you want to read the title? And
Hey, man.
It says Schedule 1 community is outraged after rival Drug Dealer Simulator defends investigation into copyright infringement. I don't even know
Is
who
it-
these people
is
are.
it-
but let's check
st-
out. Following
Stop
the-
resisting.
Following this routine. Put your hands on the hood.
Give him a ticket. His car's on the curb.
So if you guys are unfamiliar with Schedule
Yes.
1, Schedule 1 is a drug dealer-like game. You start as just a drug dealer in a van growing pot, and you can move up and rebuild a criminal empire. It's very much like cartoon Breaking Bad. It's really funny.
Is it like that other game where they're running in the street and they keep carjacking? And
Oh,
Like Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft-
No, but that's really funny. No, it's more simplified than that.
No, right.
But
that's
I've actually been streaming Schedule 1. I've been trying to follow this. I thought you guys would really appreciate this
that's a
lawsuit.
different. That's funny.
So why
picture.
is it saying outrage after rival? Rival. Drug
So
Dealer Simulator.
the other company, the company that makes the competing game, is looking into Schedule 1 for copyright infringement, I believe, in Poland.
Oh, it's two different games.
Yes.
Two different games.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to read the little under the share part.
That's crazy.
Right here, it says fans of the breakout indie title Schedule 1 were left angered when a rival studio tried to explain why they are investigating the drug dealer Sim for theft. Yeah, the irony isn't lost on me too. Drug dealer games are essentially engaged in a turf war. Regardless of the investigation's merits, Schedule 1 player is not having it.
Wow.
Like the only comparison I feel like you can give is like, okay, some mechanics are kind of the same.
Give me
It-
something with
It sounds to me like the company behind Drug Dealer Simulator, they're just fucking mad that there's a clone out there that's better than their game. And it's doing better than it's an indie game. Like, come on.
There's always room for indie games. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, let's go back in time. When Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter came out, everybody said, "Oh, one of them was topping the other," and then they had Tekken and all these other games. Everybody's biting something. Nobody's being original. But you know what? All those games can be in the same.
They all can coexist.
Exactly.
They all
It
can
coexist.
yeah.
But if you're upset because you've got a rival, then you're just insecure about how the game's going to do.
The fans should be happy regardless. I mean, it's
Yeah.
more games.
Exactly.
It's more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Agreed.
instead of choosing Street Fighter, Tekken, or Mortal Kombat, just enjoy them all.
Well, this is the problem. The
More
Polish-
drugs. I mean, more games.
More drugs.
More games.
More drugs, more games.
More cops.
Wars.
More turf wars.
More turf
So,
wars.
Drug Dealer Simulator's parent company, they're based out of Poland. I understand they have different laws when it comes to copyright.
They got a lot of drug dealers in Poland.
Yes.
Totally.
They got one.
The weed epidemic in Poland.
They got one drug dealer.
They got a lot of snow.
Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want?
They're drug dealers called Frosty.
You want to build a snowman? Okay. You know what you meant by that, right?
My
you know
dealer,
what you
A
meant.
lot of snow. Oh yeah,
my
paused it.
my dealer's nickname is Pierogi. Anyway,
I paused. You play this game on Pet Gamer?
yes.
Nice.
We're 3 episodes into this game right now.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And how are you doing so far?
Fucking loving it.
many-
It's the funniest game ever.
How many crack houses do you own?
I like 3.
All the characters look like that.
All the characters.
Dude,
look like
I
that.
would just laugh just looking at
The
it.
police, the police officer. He looks like he's on drugs.
He is on drugs, probably.
He's
you can
lit.
sell to the police officers.
He's lit. Look, that's dope.
I think-
Not dope. I mean, guys, that's
You know what?
still,
Finish him off?
be cool. Stay in school. Give hugs, not drugs.
The fact that his eyes look like that, like
Yeah, he's lit.
his goatee should be crooked because he's so hot.
He is crooked. Look,
No, his
look-
goatee it looks straight.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
That's a very funny one. I like that.
Can't wait.
So so that's what's been going on. If the parent company of Drug Dealer Simulator wins the lawsuit is entailing that they want Schedule 1 taking off of Steam.
Oh,
I hope it doesn't happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
All
What are you guys
fans,
thinking down in the
just
comments?
take a chill pill. There's plenty of room.
yeah, enjoy.
They're only gonna make the game better when they make like more games in the future.
It's for everyone.
Imagine making a Drug Dealer Simulator and then being upset that the other game is beating you instead of improving
Dude, it
yours.
should make you better.
It should.
You could turn your game and not only making crack houses, you can start jacking people's cars
And
and then try to
remember-
sell it to make more crack.
Remember, kids, crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
Be cool, stay in school.
There's always gonna be that one character in the game. Crack is whack.
I'm just going to tell you guys this is how ridiculous Schedule 1 is. So there is a strain of bud that you can make. So you're infusing things with weed.
Okay.
I forget what the thing is, but it's one of the drugs that come out of it has an effect called the Tropic Thunder effect. If you sell it and then they smoke it, they'll switch races.
Oh, nice.
The Robert Downey Jr. effect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I'm a dude playing another dude.
I'm a dude who plays another dude. You're gonna be like, wow,
Dude.
give me pass that over.
That movie is so hilarious, but they couldn't make that movie now.
Can never do it. No.
No. But then nailed it, bro.
RDJ still gets crap for that.
he nailed
I'm
it,
sure
bro. He
does.
nailed that. He nailed that part.
But he did. But it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of
yeah.
cultures appropriating each other,
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about this, guys. So the entire series of Devil May Cry released over on Netflix.
Netflix.
Let's check what the ratings are looking like. So audience gave it a 96. Or sorry, no, I'm sorry.
No,
Critics gave it a 96. Audience only gave it a 62. What do you guys think is up with that?
I mean,
Oh, what's
I
up with
haven't
that?
watched any episodes yet. I plan to watch it.
Mm.
But I am concerned. 62 is that's a big drop.
Now that
So-
everybody got to see it, maybe.
But I'm also interested that Rotten
Critics.
Tomato gave it a 96.
They're usually more harsh,
They're
right?
usually harsh on it, unless their favoritism. But I don't know. I have to check it. I'll get back to you on that and give my opinion on it. But
I mean, from the trailer, I thought it looked really, really good.
Absolutely fantastic.
It looked
yeah.
fantastic. The artwork is phenomenal.
Well, as a diehard fan of the game, I want to watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, me too.
I will watch
It's
it,
on
and
my
then I'll
list.
give you my opinion.
Yeah, I
my
think
2
we're
cents.
gonna watch it too. We should
Sure.
all get back and we'll do a follow up to this.
Let's
but
follow
yeah,
up on this. Yes.
I don't know why this is
As low.
it's rated very
That's
low.
crazy.
They know
You
something
think
we
they switched them by accident? Maybe. I'm just saying, by accident.
That's what. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if Rotten Tomato do
Probably
that?
not.
They dropped the
we
ball.
want to give it a 62. They're saying 96.
They dropped the vegetable. Actually, tomatoes are fruit. They dropped the fruit.
They dropped
You think?
the fruit. They swapped the fruit.
They're swapping the fruit.
Ooh,
They're eating the cats. They're eating fruit. I'm just-
They're eating the cat. They're eating the fruit.
But you know what we all got to sit and watch?
Mm.
We'll watch part 1 and 2, the Batman Ninja and the Batman Ninja.
Yes, I'm
Yakuza.
dying to see that too.
Bro,
Fun.
I saw it. Oh, blew my mind.
Goodness.
Still, no. Epic.
Believe it.
Epic.
Epic.
Dope they made.
It's fresh.
It's
Comic
Convo
Convo
fresh.
fresh. There you go.
Yeah.
Convo fresh.
It's-
That's the way to say that. Some people kind of say that all week.
Real brief because I
Yes.
couldn't find anything about the reviews. They're kind of all over the place. But before we get into this next article, just as an announcement, guys, I believe a week ago or 2 weeks now, I'm sorry, Marvel Rivals Season 2 has dropped. You guys can play as Emma Frost as a Vanguard. And then the mid-season update in May, you'll be able to play as Ultron. I don't know what Ultron's going to be. If he's a
Oh,
strategist,
wow.
I will be maining strategist.
No, I got to think he'll be a main fighter.
You think he'll be a duelist?
Oh, heck
Dope.
no. Ultron is no joke. Man.
I love
He's a
Ultron.
beast.
He's dangerous.
Speaking of video games, let's get into this now. So, two major things actually are attached to this, but we're going to talk about this part of it first.
PS5.
Pedro, would you mind reading it for us?
Sure. The Last of Us completely now available on PS5. Physical collector's edition coming in July.
And there you go.
Okay, here at Naughty Dog, we have some exciting news to share with The
Naughty
Last of
Dog.
Us fans. Whether you've been with us since its debut in 2013 or just wanting
I
to
feel
jump
old.
into the game now, we want to celebrate our studio, the series, and you, the fans, by making it easier than ever to experience this story. We're proud to introduce The Last of Us Complete.
Nice.
All right, let's check out the trailer for it real quick, and then we'll go from there.
2013. Yeah. Film.
2013 is
Jeans are tight.
Nice.
PlayStation.
Jeans are tight.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog.
Oh, whoa.
I struggled for a long time with
Pasquale.
Reed Richards.
It's Pasquale.
Oh, part two.
It's Mando.
no matter what.
Dude, the graphics look epic. Dude.
They look fantastic. It's like watching a movie.
Agree.
You keep finding something to fight for.
It's like Uncharted, but on a whole nother level.
Uncharted was created by Naughty Dog too, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It's dope. The moment I saw it, I was like, wow.
Naughty Dog's still around. God.
It's like people riding a horse. Epic. That remind me of Left 4 Dead. Remember Left 4 Dead?
Yep, I remember Left 4 Dead.
Great games. Great series.
You can't stop this.
10. It says 10 out of 10 everywhere. And then you go to
It's
it's like
4.
4. Everybody else is 10.
Is it 4 out of 20?
You're
Your
going to
review?
switch it.
4 out of 20.
4 out of 20.
So, yep, that is the official trailer for the release of The Last of Us Complete.
Yep.
What do you guys think? What are we thinking? And to coincide with this, I believe the reason for this launch also comes down to the fact that The Last of Us Season 2 has debuted on HBO.
Yes.
The first episode is available as of right now. It's a weekly series. I believe it comes out every Sunday. Did any of you guys happen to check it out? You saw
I
it?
did, yeah.
Okay, I did too. I know.
I'm not gonna
actually
spoil it.
just
I'm
started
behind.
the
I'm not going to
series.
spoil it, but it's really good,
I'm
Pedro.
early.
It is.
It's really good.
I'm an early bird, but I will say this: the game, the artwork,
What we've
so
seen.
realistic,
Yeah.
I'm impressed by that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Beautiful.
And I've watched you play the game
Yep.
over the years, and it's entertaining. It's like you don't even have to play.
It's like a movie. Yeah, just sit
It's
back
like
and
watching a movie.
watch it.
Even when I
unfold.
see these monsters come on, those I was
The
like,
clickers,
"Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
awesome."
I'll actually tell you this story then, and then the audience obviously as well.
Yeah.
So first real interaction I think we've had with The Last of Us is the opening sequence of the game. I was playing it in your living room. Actually, I had brought it over. We were just chilling. I was playing, and when Joel's daughter gets shot and killed, I've never seen this guy glued to the TV so fast. And then when we got up to do you remember when Henry's brother gets bit, he turns, and then Henry, when he kills himself, when Henry shoots himself in the head, my father goes, "What the fuck?"
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like you're alive."
I think he was more invested in it than I was. It was great. It was great.
Game's over for me.
Let's go.
I'm like, "What the heck? Don't kill yourself, man.
Oh my
You
god.
got a reason to live, man."
Such a great
Meanwhile, he passed to the next level, and I'm still in the back, like, "No, don't leave me."
Said, can you bring her back? Start that round again, man. Start that level.
Right over there.
Start that level. Go do something else.
Get the shovel.
Go around. Go around.
Go on the bridge. Go on the bridge. Don't go down the path.
Oh,
He can live.
he can live. He missed his brain. He'll live.
Oh, that makes me miss the Telltale games where like every decision would affect something.
Fable. Remember Fable too? Remember that.
You've been watching me play Fable, huh?
Dude, you're a beast on the games,
I
man.
love Fable. Oh,
We both jumped down. We saw each other
know.
live. That was
Recently, while I was on vacation, I was
so
I was up at about 9 o'clock when you were on,
yeah.
and I
so
said to
dope.
myself, "Let me
That's so
just,
fun.
everybody's sleeping. Let me just take what's going on." And I go on there, and I'm just looking at the chat, and all of a sudden I see Tommy in there. I was like, "This was Tommy from Convo," and he was like, "Yo, that's me." I was like, "Yeah." It was awesome. He's playing. He's like, "Hey," he's talking for us. Like we're just going back and forth. I'm trying to talk to everybody in the chat room. It was fun. It was a good time during my vacation to just stop, go back, see how you guys doing, and
It's fun, isn't it?
that fun. Which is awesome that
Got
we
it.
were there at the same time.
Got a notification on my phone. It says Bev Gamers Live. And I'm like, oh, let me jump in. Yo,
That's what I got.
yo. And Paige was like, T Money. I'm like, yo, T Money. Yo. It was dope. It was dope, man.
Because we're never on the same time.
I've never seen him on
Never see
ever.
me, and I never see them. So
I usually jump in and say what's up and then bounce out. Yeah.
Hey, he normally watches when I play Dead by Daylight. Oh, which speaking of Dead by Daylight launched the Tokyo Ghoul collaboration. Did you guys see that?
What?
So the anime Tokyo Ghoul now has the ghoul in the game. He's one of the killers now. Sick. That's wild.
So the guys in the chat room, that'd be crazy.
So much fun. I totally didn't rage out going against the ghoul or anything like that.
That'd be violent. But this
Yeah.
is all certified fresh. Or
All right,
Comic
yeah.
Convo Express.
We have come to the end of the show. Did you guys want to talk about anything else actually before we sign off? Is there anything else that we missed?
Absolute. DC Absolute. I'm telling you, they're going to start coming out with the trades of like the first story arcs of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you reminded me. I actually have to pick up
Amazing.
the 1610 Black Panther and the 1610 X-Men. Those are the only trades I didn't get from this set.
I just
Gotcha.
recently read Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2, the new series. And I see why you collect that
You
series.
see why I like it?
love that series. I mean, I always love Spider-Man, but like the different take of the Ultimate Universe, just like Absolute, it's really good.
I
it's
read
hot.
the latest Wolverine 2. He's going against Gambit and Kitty Pryde. Whoa.
What?
Dude.
The Ultimate Wolverine?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And they jack him up and his mask comes off and you see like some of more of his face. It's really good.
I do want to go back to one of the comments I made last season. Jonathan Hickman, when he did the Krakoa storyline with the X-Men.
Terrific.
And
Yay.
I told myself I would reserve what I said about him as a writer because I think he's a writer that's like he's ahead of schedule. Like
He's amazing.
he's brilliant.
He's really, really
So
good.
right now, after the X-Men,
Very forward thinking
very
too.
brilliant. He's responsible for Secret Wars from the 2016 storyline. He's brought back the Ultimate Universe, and everything he brings back or touches, it's like almost amazing. Like it makes you think.
Speaking of
Very
Hickman,
brilliant.
I'll just
Jonathan
touch on this
Hickman.
real quick. Fantastic Four number 585. There was a storyline, I believe it's a 5-part or a 4-part, where Hickman wrote where Johnny Storm died.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And the touching issue after that, I believe it has Namor on the cover with Sue Richards. I think it's 586. And in that storyline, man, I mean, I'm a grown man. So it takes a lot, to hit your heartstrings. I love Fantastic Four. I'm a huge fan back John Byrne stuff back in the days, whatever. All the cosmic tearbacks, all of them showed up in FF. When Hickman wrote the storyline about that, man, it got me, bro. If you guys ever get a chance to go out and read this, got to read it. Issue 585. It really gets juicy. 585, 86, 87, and I believe 88. Where it's sad because Johnny Storm and Ben, they're like best buddies.
very
They're
close,
they're separated.
Like in the movie, they said they're like uncles.
They're connected at the hip. And when he passes, Ben's like so heartbroken and to try to get him out of it, the Hulk shows up and they start trying to fight him, to get out.
He wants to take out that aggression.
Right. Yeah, he lets him beat the shit out of him.
It's just so.
We replaced him for a short time.
Spider-Man was
in that new costume.
That suit,
Yeah,
the one where he could pee in,
white-
remember? He could pee in
yes.
it and watch itself cleans itself.
Exactly.
We talked about that. The
We
Spidey
did. We
suits.
did. Yeah, I know.
But the Hickman run in FF, very underrated.
That's what I'm saying.
Very
He's a
underrated.
genius.
He's gonna be at the con. I'm hoping to get gotta pick up
I got a lot of books
couple
for him
books.
to
Yeah,
sign.
I said I gotta pick up a couple books for him to sign. But I'm really looking forward to meet him.
But now that Krakoa, the whole thing is over, I look at that stand. That was like a huge Very good
Hickman's a beast,
storyline.
man. Props
Every
to him, bro.
X title
Mad
during
props.
that time was awesome.
Yeah, but
He
like I
did
said,
really-
the Absolute, they're coming out trades. Really good stuff, man. If you guys aren't on Absolute, you gotta jump on Absolute, man. It's so
and,
good.
He's coming out with something else.
It's so
Imperial.
good.
That's coming out this
Hickman.
summer.
Oh, Hickman's doing Imperial?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to, self promote for him.
And Godzilla's fighting
Self-promote,
everybody.
but for him.
Godzilla's fighting everybody.
No, that's a DC.
He's fighting it. No,
he's
he's in
in
the
Marvel
Marvel.
too.
Hey, whoa,
How the
Fantastic
heck does
Four.
that-
He's fighting the X-Men
At the same time, how is that?
because the what's it? The person who holds the IP for Godzilla, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
It could
Even
be-
though
But
you have to think
showed
about
up
it
in
like
Marvel.
this. You have to think about it like this. We know even from Marvel and DC standards, they operate in two different universes. So those could be two alternate versions of Godzilla.
holy shit, I didn't even think about it like
Yeah.
that.
And whoever's holding the
Godzilla.
the Godzilla's wallet, they're getting paid, man.
Same.
They're
And through Marvel.
yeah, but I don't understand. Guys, just fighting the X-Men. He's fighting Fantastic Four. Come on,
He's
man.
fighting Thor. He's fighting Kong and the Justice League.
He's fighting himself. They got trade paperback coming out.
It's like
drawn by
Godzilla. It's a
Godzilla versus Godzilla.
On time.
Godzilla versus Godzilla.
Oh my god!
But
All right. Yeah.
thank you guys. Nice to see you guys.
I had to
again,
talk
man.
some comic books, so there you go.
We had to. Yeah.
Thank you for
There wasn't
joining
a
us,
lot of
man.
comics going on this week. I was kind of surprised. Big news. Yeah.
No, it was a quiet week. I guess because I wasn't around. That's probably why.
That's probably exactly what it is. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go raid one of our boys or gals or whoever's on for Twitch. So, Twitch crew, thank you guys. Stick around for us. Everybody watching on YouTube, thank you guys for being here. This has been Between the Panels. We love you guys so much. Peace. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you guys. Drop a like, follow.